I don't really know which way to go, but I certainly don't like the lot we've got at the moment.
I don't believe in dictatorship, I believe in democracy.
I never do vote, to be fair.
It's not a chaos, it's a mayhem.
I just think we're a broken country.
I like Nigel Farage.
I feel very deceived by his ideas.
What do you think of Boston?
Boston, generally not nice place to live. Very cheap, no money, better to keep away.
I will say Boston is a nice place, it's beautiful.
It's easy to get the drugs, so lots of drug dealers here from Eastern Europe.
Multicultural now, I'd say.
Polish, Lithuanians,
Plenty of people here, mate.
Estonians and Latvians,
Bit of a shithole.
the Portuguese and Spanish,
Also, it's cheap to live, you always get some work, so it's like starting point.
and Russians.
People are quite elderly here, and I don't think they've liked the kind of transition for a more diverse population around here. I think they don't really like that. There's lots of farms around here, and I know quite a lot of my mates who are English who just wouldn't do that sort of work. They're not quite got the determination that other people have, like with the Eastern Europeans. They come over and they're just like, we need a job, we need to at least go somewhere, and that's what they basically do, really.
Most of the immigrants, there are some good ones, but which come here, they are the problematic one, you know.
Boston is a great place for family, is a great place for education. There's a lot of opportunities if you want to find one, for work. I know the young people, they go negative, but that again is the stage of your life. Sometimes you get negative toward things.
To stand in a way why people feel a bit sort of invaded, really, because a lot of people have come here in quite a short space of time, and I think perhaps we haven't got the infrastructure, and we haven't probably been given the resources really to cope with it all.
Obviously, it's full of Eastern Europeans and all foreigners and all that, but at the end of the day, obviously with my job, the amount of people that I speak to mainly are Eastern Europeans, and they're the most polite people that you'll ever speak to. To be fair, I have a lot more problem talking to English people. They don't have the same level of respect. I just think they want someone else to blame rather than their own.
We're not performing. The government is not going forward. The country is not going forward. Our laws are not adequate for any purpose. If I talk just about Boston, we have problems in schools. We have problems in hospital. The infrastructure, the roads are not adequate for the amount of cars we're having. We have people living in cramped houses. Some houses, they have like 16 people. And as I say, the new influx of migrants from Romania and Bulgaria didn't make it easy. So, like I say, the whole country, basically, we need, it's not what we call, I'm not a computer wizard to say refresh. We can't refresh the country anymore. We have to stop and say enough is enough. And we have to start again from anew. I used to be one of the campaigners for Brexit, and I talk to people. Our idea is to gain our country back, is to use the money we send to the EU. We use it here because our infrastructure is not adequate. Now is even worse since 2016. And I don't see it fit that somebody who is not elected to decide for me what to do in my future, my kids' future from Brussels. I don't believe in dictatorship, I believe in democracy. And I do believe that England, the United Kingdom, has the right to make their own decisions and laws. So therefore, that was my motive and my motto for the Brexit.
Are you happy with how it's gone?
Oh, no, I'm not very happy. Oh, come on. We cannot be happy. I think the whole country is not happy. Our elected people in the parliament or in the government couldn't carry the burden of executing probably a proper Brexit. They didn't deal with it.
To be honest, I've not registered to vote or anything, but I wouldn't know who to vote for either, to be honest with you.
Really?
No.
What do you think of, what do you know of the options that you've got?
Reform, Conservative and Labour, they're the options that I know I've got.
What do you think of each of them?
Well, you can do away with Conservative, can't you? I think we've had enough of them. Labour might be worth having a go. Reform, I like Nigel Farage. He's in charge of them now, and I follow him a lot.
Why do you like him?
Oh, I don't know. He captivates people my age, I think. I've noticed. Have you?
Yeah, on TikTok and stuff. He's got a big following.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to market himself, doesn't he? He's clever.
I've seen his cameos.
Yeah, I've seen his cameo. Yeah, and he's funny, and he's got a bit of comedic side to him, so I can see how people like him.
The Tories and the Labour, they're blaming each other. And I like the quote of George Galloway when he said there are two chicks for the same backside. which is true. Nobody's going to change anything because they keep blaming each other. We don't look. There is a Chinese proverb says, if you blame others, you have a long way to go. If you blame yourself, you are halfway there. If you don't blame no one and you get on with the job, you are there. So we're living through blames. For the last 30 years I've been living in England, it's just blaming. You always see them changing seats and blaming each other. No, we need a country fit for purpose. We need to see where we stand on the world arena economically. Power-wise, are we that powerful? Things are getting changed around us. If you look at Africa, they're even throwing the French out of Africa because they want to control their minerals. Once these things happen, what have we got to survive from? We are not producing anything. We don't have any minerals. We don't have oil. We don't have gas. We don't, we depend on other people. How are we going to survive? We have to look at the next 10, 20, 30 years for our future generation.
I don't know. I just think we're a broken country, and I don't think we can really trust the current government at all. No.
Can you trust the incoming government?
I'd like to think so.
Will you be voting for Labour, do you think?
Probably.
You don't sound that enthused by it.
Well, I don't really know which way to go, but I certainly don't like the lot we've got at the moment.
I want someone that's good, obviously leading the country, but I'm not too fussed on who's kind of picked. I think anybody that's kind of picked isn't going to do a great job.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not terribly optimistic?
No, yeah, that's one thing I'm definitely not is I wouldn't say that I'm hopeful, let's put it that way. I think I'm going to stick with Rishi Sunak. The Conservatives I live in Spalding, so we're Lincolnshire. I think our MP's done quite well for around there, who's a Conservative MP. So I think I'm going to stick with that just for the local area and broader. I think Rishi's done some very good things, and I like some of the ideas that Keir Starmer has, but I don't think he's the right man, to be honest with you. As much as I want to like him, because I'm trying to go down the route of the crime prosecution service, I just don't think he's the right man to lead the country, to be honest.
Just, one person's vote's not really going to make a difference, I find, and whoever I vote for, they're probably not going to get in power anyway, so it wouldn't really matter at the end of the day. And, I work 40 hours a week and I'm still struggling. Really? I'm still struggling with money, yeah, absolutely. Not just from my own finances or my own bills, but trying to buy like fuel and food, and I've not actually done a food shop for probably about a month and a half, just because it's expensive, and all my bills and stuff that go through, it's because all the rates are going up. I can't afford to buy food sometimes, even though I'm in a full-time job. So I don't understand, obviously, some people that are on benefits, and you see them with loads of new stuff, and I'm like, well, how are you managing? How do you do that? So, yeah.
There is an influx of migrants from Romania and Bulgaria, and most of them, they're gypsies. They can't read, they can't write, most of them. Also, our fly tipping has doubled, our shoplifting has doubled, littering in the streets has doubled, and that pushed the people not to be happy. So the residents of Boston have felt the impact, and their emotions or their feelings is showing, when they talk to people that they have so many migrants. It's not against migration, but like I say, for these reasons, people do resent migration. I will tell you what taught my Farage. I used to be a UKIP member, and because to Farage, I met Farage in one of meetings. It was question time, so I did talk to Farage, and I liked him then, and that's why I went for Brexit. However, I feel very deceived by his ideas, and I feel that he cheated everyone. He took the carpet from under our feet. We voted for Brexit. We won Brexit for him in Boston and all around the country, and then he resigned. What does it say to you? Mm-hmm. He's just creating, I think, issues somewhere to be always there on the top. He should have stayed, and I think let's see what then UKIP would have done in the country. But I feel deceived by him.
A lot of stuff he stands for is correct. Some of the stuff he stands for isn't correct. But again, they're all politicians. They always say one thing and do another. So
because I think it stirs up a lot of ill feeling and hatred. It's all negative, really.
I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you. Never have been, never will be. So he's one that's always kind of like Marmite, but I think it's more 80% that hate him, and there's a very small amount that like him. I'm definitely one of the people. I wouldn't say hate, it's a big word, but I'm not a fan. No.
What is it you don't like about him?
His certain ideas, I kind of understand at the time why he was a big leaver, but you know, but we've all gone through the past couple of years, so I've kind of realised that it probably wasn't the best idea.
Most people around here would probably like a radical solution. That's a good way to put it.